There's the green light. We're ready to roll. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, wait. Don't do that. I guess I should say just welcome in. Today is St. Patrick's Day. I'm wearing green for the day. And I'm going to go post our link to this broadcast on the website. Our website is jollyrogerukulele.com. And from there, you're going to be able to find the sheet music, our daily schedule, how to play lessons, video archives, a program to get you up and running playing ukulele in an instrumental fashion. And what else do we got over there? I don't know, a little bit of comedy. There's a bear playing a balalaika. There's all that going on. Today we have a brand new song. I posted it about 10 minutes ago. People are going to be mad at me. They like to print stuff out early and be ready. And I have taken that away from them today because I'm pretty sure I spent 1,000 hours on this arrangement today. And so we'll get it up and running. We'll do that. So if you don't have it yet, go to the website right now, print it out, open it up in a separate window. If you have your printer, print it out. If you don't, that's okay too. It will still be there tomorrow. We'll make some minor adjustments to it as we go along. And so today we're going to read through it, make sure it plays right, and then I'll toss out a baritone version as well. jollyrogerukulele.com. Patience. The thing pops up. Click here. We click here. Click. Double click on that one. Double click there. Scroll down. Double click there. Hit tweet. And now Scotland, Ireland, Wales, ukulele is posted. So now the whole entire world knows what we're up to here. And there's that. Hope you got your green on today. Hope everything's going good for you. I was going to wear, I have a green tie, but then I had to put on a fancy shirt. And come on. So I put on a green t-shirt. That's how close I got to St. Patrick's Day. My mother was Irish, actually, not off the boat Irish. I think her mother was off the boat Irish. Yeah. So Lynn is in. What does that say? Siante. I think that means salute. Let's see. Lynn with the last name Fernandez has been very, very on top of this Irish business here. So I'm starting to suspect Lynn may have married out of an Irish family. Sandy, let's see. Good afternoon. Sounds good. 42 degrees. Having a beautiful day up in Michigan. Vic is in. She's having a beautiful day up in Eugene. Good to see you both. Cindy, how did we pronounce that? Siante? Or Slaint? I don't know how you pronounce that. Sherry's in. Sherry's still probably, hopefully you're fully recovered, right, Sherry? You're ready to go out and start a boxing match. Red is in. I'm going to start going down. Here's Red. Get your money today. She's money. I'm green with envy. Hilarious. Ronnie in. Aloha from New Mexico. Sunny, breezy. 56. Still just not. I'm waiting for you to be hot, Ronnie. Diane is in. Howdy. Terry's in. All good here. Good to see you, my friend. Terry Hardy. That sounds like an Irish name, doesn't it? I like that name. Lynn, thank you for Siuil. Love this tune. Yeah, we're gonna work on it today. I don't know how many hours I spent on this thing. It does not cooperate, and so I've got it down where it's pretty playable. And I think it works. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out. Jack and Barbara are in. Aloha to you from Illinois. Chris is in. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Chris. Hope you're feeling well. Okay, shoveling is finally complete. Ready for the next one. Yeah, it's crazy how much shoveling we had to do. Linda in from Maui. She did not have to do any shoveling. She's got they're breezy there today. 9 a.m. in the morning. 9 a.m. It's time to start drinking, right, Linda? Cindy's in. Siante, kind of Salenga. All right. I don't know that. These Gaelic words are too hard for my head. Marianne in from Michigan. Hi, Marianne. Kat's back in today. Good to see you, Kat. Kat, I'm gonna rat on Al. Kat got her shot and went out to lunch. So yeah, so that's why we didn't see her yesterday. Lynn, I'm thinking I'm a changeling. Well, you see the last name Fernandez and you think Irish. That's exactly what I think. Everybody's getting. You never know these days. You never know. You're from New Jersey. There's a bunch of Irish community there. Annie was in. Happy Saint Fitzpatrick's. All right. Hey, Annie. Evelyn in. She's from Ecuador. Fran is in. Hello again. Barbara, hello again to you. Q spying in and punch. Oh, hit the thumbs up, she says. And Linda in. Going to be warm up, 55 degrees and nice. Hotter in Vancouver today than New Mexico. That doesn't seem right. That seems like cheating. All right, so guys, I have spent, I think, exactly 100,000 hours on this arrangement, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Number one, beautiful song. Really, really nice. Good job, guys. I don't know how many of you picked this out, but it was certainly by crowd popular choice that this one got done next. I still have more to do. I'm going to do them for a while. Who cares? It's St. Patrick's Day. These things are coming out beautiful. They're really fun. We'll end up with a whole book of them. We'll put it on Amazon. We'll make tens of dollars, and it'll be great. The challenge with the song, of course, nobody knows where it comes from. Of course, all the words are different on every source you look at. Of course, nobody knows what the real chords are. Of course, the melody is super weird. Of course, when you go watch YouTube videos of it, there's some girl with red hair wandering through the heath, singing away, and it is all a bit much, right? So, what I do think about this song, they think it's from the early 19th century. I don't think that at all. I think this is a very old song. The way the chords work with the melody, they don't necessarily cooperate very well. They're all over the place. I put it in all these different keys and changed all these chords out and checked every source I could possibly until I got sick of it. And it feels to me like a much older song than it's given credit for. Just the way that the whole thing flows and works together. And of course, nobody knows for sure, but I'm betting. I'm betting a nickel that this was probably an old song that got passed down. At some point, somebody put some words on it, probably early 19th century, maybe late 18th century. It kind of stuck, and that's what I think. That's what I think we're playing. So. Let's see. Only mom knows for sure, and she's not telling. Yeah, isn't that interesting? How many of us have family members who have things that they know that they are not going to talk about? And you're like, Mom, we have DNA testing now. We can figure this stuff out. A lot of these families are running into challenges because they're all doing, ancestry and whatever. And they're like, wait a minute, you're not even my mom. It kind of happened to me and my family. Jacqueline is here. Hello, Jacqueline. Christine, 40 degrees in Bozeman. Spring begins this Saturday. Looking forward to camping and playing my ukulele and harmonica outside. We're all getting ready to be outside, right? Not Linda. Linda Ewing there in Maui. She's sitting outside right now, probably on a lanai overlooking the ocean. Those fancy flowers they have in Hawaii growing all around her. Yeah, Linda. All right, Sularoon. Hey, Amy, welcome in. The chords here are not complicated, guys. And by the way, I did not get the baritone one done. I was fighting my computer to the last minute today. I posted this about 15 minutes ago. So if you don't have it in front of you, pull it up on a separate window in your screen. Or if you have your printer there, obviously print it out. I don't anticipate making any changes to this one. I got a couple of personal choices I've written on here, but I don't really expect to make any changes to this one. But we'll find out. Let's talk about the story of the songs. I think it's a very old song, but they don't know where it came from. The earliest they can find is early 19th century. What was going on here is a young lady, her husband, no, it can't be her husband. I think she uses the word elope in this, so I think it's her fiance is shipped off to the war, but he doesn't have a sword and he doesn't have a steal. I'm assuming she means some sort of protection, and she is willing to sell everything she owns. She's sitting on a hill weeping. Tears are flowing down, and actually, there's so many tears it's actually turning the mill. About that for an image. So she's super sad, and she is willing to sell her rod, her reel, her best spinning wheel. She's willing to sell her means of existence in order to buy her fiance a sword and steel. And so she's willing to do anything, including and I'm making brash assumption here. I couldn't find any definitive proof on this, but she's willing to dye her petticoats red and then go all around the world begging for bread until her parents wish she was dead. Okay, so I think we can draw some natural conclusions about what she's willing to do in order to get some protection for her fiance. And so that's what's going on in the song. Very committed young lady trying to save her fiance from death in the war. The famous part of this is the second part, Siuil, Siuil Arun, and of course it's anglicized and people spell it Siuil Arun and all this stuff. I didn't dig very deeply into how to pronounce all of these words. To be honest, I didn't even try. I just wrote down what I had off of what seemed to be a relatively reliable source. But bottom line, I went ahead and put in an English translation: walk, walk, oh walk on my love. Walk on steadily and walk on soft. Like, be careful as you're walking ahead. Walk to the entry and elope with me. So, in other words, I don't think they're married yet. I think that she's just... and elope, we could be overstating the purpose of that word there. I don't know what it is in Gaelic, but could be just, hey, let's just run away together. And then an appeal to keep him safe. So, super sad. I set it at 100. I think you're going to be fine at 80. And so let's go through. Let's talk about the chords first, then we'll talk about the melody, and then we'll put them all together. There's only one or two places where the chord melody gets really, really like, oh, we're seriously? But none of it, at no point does this song actually feel like the melody and the chords are tightly bound together. It feels like they're sort of getting along, spouses, ex-spouses at the kindergarten open house. Like, they're like, yeah, well, we're going to get along right at the moment, but we don't really like each other. So the melody and the chords are really challenging. I found the best key for this was the key of G, and most Irish music's in the key of D, but it didn't work well on ukulele, so I raised up the overall pitch of it a little bit and put it in G, and I think it works pretty well. You're going to have your G chord, okay, your F chord, A minor, and I think there's one more chord. G, F, G, A minor. Oh, a C chord. I think that's it. I think there's only 4 chords, if I remember right. Yeah, that's it. So not an intense one, and not ones that make sense, right? We're in the key of G, so we'd expect to see G. We'd expect probably not C, A, or B, but we would expect C. It does show up, and we'd expect to see a D, and there are no Ds. And you're like, what? What in the heck is going on? And so when that happens, you know that you're probably dealing with an older chord structure, probably. And so what you end up with is a G, and then you got an F in here. That has no business being in there at all. The A minor you can make an argument for, but there's no D to resolve this thing, so it never really has this junk, 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 da da dum dum dum. So not what we would expect. Baritone, your chords will be identical to those, except you will have D chord, C chord, E minor, and G. Those will be your chords, okay? And so again, I think the chords are pretty basic. Let's talk about why that doesn't necessarily always work. For example, at measure 1, your chord is a G, okay? But your melody note is an E. Okay? That makes no sense. That's not something that would have been written in the 19th century. It's probably something that was written in the 17th or 16th century and sort of strung along through various iterations. And but it really works. It's super cool. And so you're going to get what feels a little like jazz voicings, but I think you should probably think about this more along the lines of Scarborough Fair or those types of songs that are super old, that sound cool, in spite of the fact that they don't necessarily always line up with the chords. So I can't sing it. This is not even possible. So let's play the melody as just a straight line melody. My suggestion here is you pay very close attention to the standard notation, because it's not going to flow the way you think it's going to flow. The eighth notes mean eighth notes, and the quarter notes mean quarter notes, and you really do have to get those right for the most part in order for it to come out of your ukulele properly. So let's go nice and slow, see if we can hear the melody in it. 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 3, 0, 3, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 3, 0, 2, 3, 10, 10, 7, 5, 3, 0. Okay, again. Let's go back to the top, play it one more time. And then that's the verses. They feel sad, right? Now the reason that everybody knows the song is for the chorus, of course. Siuil, 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 Arun. And so you're going to go to measure 9, and let's see if we can play that. And pay attention to those half notes; they are important. Okay, go. So when you first meet this song, you're like, I don't even know what's going on in this song. It feels all over the place. Eventually, this is going to end up being a little bit of an earworm for you. But the first time you meet it, you're going to be like, I don't know, it just sounds like a bunch of notes to me. And again, that goes to this idea of it being older. Songs from the 19th century, they make sense in your ear right away. But in the older songs, don't always do that. And especially like lute music, you're like, what is going on? I want to mention that the structure of the song is set up. You're going to play the top 2 verses, and then you're going to play the chorus in the middle, from measures 9 through 17. So you're going to play the top twice, and then you're going to play the middle. And then you're going to go back, and you're going to play the top twice again, and then you're going to play the middle. And then the ending is basically a repeat of the middle. Okay, so a little bit of difference, but not much. Okay, so hi Arlo. So that's what's going on. Let's see if we can. I want to take a little bit of time to walk through everything on the Tuff-er, because it's kind of harder than you want it to be. So let's do the 3 and the 5. Bar on 7. Hit the 7 again, and then a bar on 5. 3. What I'm finding in measure 1, you want to be really slow on the 7s, and then really fast on everything else. When you get to that open G, the G chord with the A on the top, again, doesn't make any sense, but it sounds cool. That part there, just be cool on, don't rush it, and then hit the 3 at the end of the measure 2. And then open, and And then you want to go kind of fast here. And that's of course a G chord with the 5. We do this all the time. If you can't get your G chord with your pinky on here, do index, middle, and pinky. Okay, and that'll be just fine. And then you're going to hit the 3-0. I have made myself a personal notation. I keep going too slow through this. So that 3 to 0 to the G chord, you want to kind of go through that pretty quickly. So you get this big fancy G on with your pinky. You got dun dun dum. I'll cry my fill is what you're doing there. Okay, last note is a 3, and then on measure 5, another A minor chord, F chord, okay, hit that last A minor in 6 with purpose. Okay, because then you're going to do a little turnaround. Back to the top. Go. Attention. The first time you come through, you're going to hit that with authority. The second time you come through, you're going to hit it with authority as well. The first time you come through, you go into 7, and you're going to do... You're just turning it around to get up to the top again. The second time you come through, you don't play 7, you play 8, which looks sort of the same on your music, but I want you to play it with a little bit more... anticipation. I want you to push it up into 9 a little bit more aggressively. Now here's where things get super odd. Take your E minor shape from 2 and pull it up to 7. Okay, and you're going to want to hit this one clean and meaningfully. Okay, so there's that. And then go down to your 5 with your pinky. That's going to sound really cool when you get it right. And then a 3, and then an F. Okay, and then the rest of 10 isn't too hard. K is saying, curious as to why the type quarter notes in measure 15, 18 rather than half note. You're way ahead of me, K. We'll get there when we get there. All right, so measure 10. And there is a reason why those are there. Okay. Measure 11. Okay, so measure 11, you're like, okay, good, C chord. Now this is the part that's a bummer. There's no F chord anywhere up here around 10 that's rational. The one that's here is so hard to finger, it's not worth doing. So I want you to put a bar on 5, I want you to put your pinky on 10, and I want you to be like, I hate Gary, and then just do it, okay? Because this is going to make this bar 5 with your pinky on 10, that's a huge stretch. We can do this on ukulele, you really can. It might not, and well, you can't do it on a guitar. So this is what's exciting about putting on this on ukulele. This is not possible on that instrument. It is possible on ukulele, and it gives us, every now and then we want to do something on this instrument that can't be done on other instruments because we want to prove that we're awesome, right? So bar on 5, pinky on 10, it's not pleasant, and you're going to hit that 10 twice. And then don't strum again. Hit the 7, 5, and then jump down to this G chord with your pinky on 3. And you can, I went too fast there. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so let that go there. And then at measure 13, you got a normal A minor. G chord with your pinky again. And then that 5 always feels wrong to me, but 5, 3, F chord, it's 14. Okay, and then we go into measure 15. Here's where K's questions come up. Bar, G chord. This is going to be the hardest part of the song, is to be patient through this section. Okay, so you've got your G chord with a C on top, D chord or D note, and then 7, 2 beats, 5, G chord with your 5, 2 beats, beat and a half really, and then let that linger. Okay, you're going to want to play, and you don't want to do that. You want to let these be long notes. So that's how we play the song. And I know there's a lot of like that, because the whole song feels like that to me. But Kay's question isn't unimportant, and it's kind of an interesting thought. Measure 15, why not just put a half note there in the middle of the thing? The reason you can't put a half note there, it's 2 quarter notes tied together, and here's why. Okay, and I used to make this mistake writing sheet music all the time. Those of you guys that are into sheet music, as musicians, we want to know where beat 1 is and where beat 3 is. Okay, and it's very clear if you look at measure 15 in the melody line, eighth note, quarter note tied to another quarter note, and then another quarter note. So we can tell exactly where beat 1 and beat 3 are. If I put a half note in there, it muddles the water. So then you have a note on 1, and then a note on 2, and then just nothing, and then a note on 4. And so we don't like that. So we always, and I think always is probably, you see it happen all the time on, when you're fishing around with people who don't range or write a lot of music, they'll put a half note right there in the middle of 15, and I used to do that too. And then, well, I don't think Elizabeth is here today, but Elizabeth kept pointing out the floating half notes, right? So you want to tie, if you have a half note at beat 2, you want to do 2 quarter notes tied together so it's clear where beat 3 is. And then if you carry that down into what we do on ukulele, right, we go all the way down to measure to the tough uke. You can see I got 8th note, the chords on the first 8th note, then I'm going to play a 5, then I'm going to play a 7, and I'm going to hold that all the way into beat 4. And so it's very clear what's going on there, even though it's less pretty on the paper, but it's much clearer. And so we always tie, if a half note, bottom line, if a half note happens at beat 2, you're going to put 2 quarter notes. The other reason is, and this is purely for software reasons, if I put a half note there, that G chord that ends up not aligning properly with where I want it to be played. When I'm singing this, I want to play, oh dear God. I don't want to. I want this second G chord. If I'm just doing another one, oh dear God, keep my. It's really crazy how you're going to have to sing that, and so you need the chord player to be really on the right measures. You don't want the G chord happening at beat 2, which is what will happen in tough uke. But when you're singing this, you want that chord to come in clearly on beat 3, and again, it's very obvious where that chord is supposed to be played in measure 15. So that's why that's there. Okay, those, rather than a half note, we tie 2 quarter notes together when you're trying to make sure beat 3 is obvious where it's at. All right, that's a little little side note on arranging, and then the bottom part of the song is exactly the same as 18 through 20 is pretty much the same as 15 through 17. There is one difference, and I want to point this out because you're going to use this in the song later when I show you some options. Measure 20. Right before measure 20, you have your A minor. Okay, and because this song doesn't cooperate melodically very much, I also then at the beginning of measure 20 gave you this A minor. This is really an A minor 6th. It's your G minor shape moved up to 3, but we leave this open, and then you get this cool 6th sound in on top of that. Okay, and then I'm going to go back halfway through measure 20. I'm going to go all the way back to this A minor because that sounds cool, and then drop down to your final A minor. Okay, so the last 2 minors in measure 20 are really A minor 6. They're functioning as A minor, so I didn't rename them, but that's what's really going on. And the 6th note's just creating a little bit of tension to resolve there. Since there's no D chord, there's supposed to be a D chord there. All right, let's give it a try. We'll go through it a few times. And the baritone version will be identical to this. So baritone players, hopefully you're just learning how to play it, and then as I always do, I'm just going to put it into your key will be the key of D, which is what Irish music's supposed to be in anyway. And it should work pretty nice on baritone as well. But for now, baritone players, if you'll just play chords with me, and let's, like I say, treat your 8th notes seriously, and then the rest will probably work itself out. From the top, 1, 2, 3. Top. G. Top. Top again. second ending, by the way. Crazy A minor? Super crazy? Simple. Alright, I think it plays. I'll go through and add the sixths on there just so just so we're letting people know. We know what we're doing. I may add this A minor 6, this 3, 4, and 5 shape, the G minor shape on 3. I may add that in a couple other places in the tune. I think it's sad enough and weird enough that it probably supports the A minor 6 a little bit more often than I'm using it in the arrangement. And I think it'll so you'll get a revised version of this with those on there when I post the baritone version, and I'll get that done here right after class. Again, I apologize. This took way longer than I thought it was going. You know, you're like, oh, Irish music, it always works, blup, 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 and then just pop it in. But this one, it did not. So let's see. Linda says, Salante, good health and good cheers in Gaelic. Thanks, Linda. Good to see you. Glad you made it in today. Cindy likes the ending. Sandy says it's nice. Are you still doing that Zoom lesson tomorrow? I still am, and I did not. It's probably sitting in my email box. Get the details on that. I will post something on the website here either later this afternoon or first thing in the morning, letting you know what's going on. We will almost certainly not meet here on YouTube in this fashion, and what I will be doing for them will be just introduction to ukulele. All of you guys will be fine. You don't necessarily need to be there, but if you do think that there's this off chance that maybe somewhere down the road that you may want to end up teaching somebody how to play a ukulele, I will be giving you a class on how to do that tomorrow, and most of you guys have sat through it several times anyway, so you already know all of my jokes and everything I will say, but it will be, here are the ukulele sizes. Here's how to tune your ukulele. Here's how to play Frere Jacques. Here's how to make some chords. Here's how to sing. Here's how to strum, blah, blah, blah. So it'll be that class. And people love it. It's super fun. And at some point, guys, the onus is going to be on you, right? Because somewhere in your neighborhood, there's some guy going, here's how you play ukulele. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. And everybody's happy and they think, yeah, that's absolutely wonderful. But it's on you, having just survived this piece of music, to be like, geez Louise, I'm going to have to teach them how to do this other thing too. And or you obviously, that's when you call me up and say, can I use your stuff? And I say yes. So don't make new stuff. That's crazy. Don't make new stuff. There's plenty of stuff here for you to teach somebody how to play ukulele. That's it. That's what I know. And so tomorrow that's what's going to be happening. And my hope is I've got In the Gloaming pretty well done as well. That one also Amy, but I'm going to try to post something for you tomorrow to play in addition to, if you want to come to that Zoom class. So that's what's going on tomorrow. And then of course Friday we got the whole group of songs, lots and lots of stuff to play. So on Friday, come with whatever you want to play. We haven't played I don't care what we play on Friday. Whatever you want to do on Friday is fine. So there's that. That's all I know. Where did I leave off? Barbara, lovely, you're welcome. Amy says, Major 20 is my favorite, and not just because that crazy song is. Yeah, Major 20 will be cool, right? You do that, the A minor 6. And then this. Does that sound good? Right. By the way, you're probably the only one in your neighborhood playing Siuil on ukulele for St. Patrick's Day. So welcome to being unique. Kat says it's beautiful. Chris is down. Terry, beautiful song, excellent arrangement. Thanks you, Terry. Lynn, really nice. And for those of you who know the song, I hope I captured your idea of what that is. There's 80 gajillion versions of this out there, and I didn't know any of them. So this is a brand new song to me. Didn't like it at all in the beginning. Now I adore it. So I'm on board. Cindy, hope you get the baritone version of Siuil. It's very nice, pretty. Yeah. No, once I get the ukulele one done, then it's not that hard to get the baritone one done. He says. Bravely, yeah. This one doesn't have when the baritone ones become a problem is when the chords start going up the neck. Then the baritone's like, "What are you doing?" And that's when things get messy. But this one doesn't have very much up the neck, so it should drop on pretty well. When and where is the teaching Zoom tomorrow? You just come to this website, and if it's just a regular Zoom where anybody can log in, I will post that Zoom information on our website, and you'll just link from there. I want to double check that that's okay, that I let them that I invite you guys, I guess, so hopefully I've heard back from them, and if I'm not allowed to have you guys just show up, then I will also leave that information on there. Okay, Lynn. Oh yes. Somehow I connected to the 12 noon class instead. Hi, Laurel. Laurel just learned how to play Simple Gifts, and she's like, "Boy, the class seems really easy today." Yeah, I taught Simple Gifts last hour. It's one of my all-time favorite songs, and honestly, if you don't have a song memorized, that's another one that's worth memorizing. This one, I don't know if it's worth memorizing, but it is pretty. All right, we got finished a little early today. I should have probably tossed in one of the other songs. We probably should have. Go play Danny Boy. It's St. Patrick's Day. Go play. I know you guys are always like, I want to play this other one. Go play Danny Boy. It's a beautiful arrangement. It's really hard to fit it onto a high G ukulele, and I did it. So go play it. Here's a pinch. I think you're wearing teal. No. This is as green can be. This is green. It's not teal. Yes, the lighting makes me look much more vibrant than I am. Okay, guys, I'm going to go clean this up. I'm going to get the baritone version done, and then I'm going to repost both of them. And thank you for your help with going through the arrangement. As long as it sounds like what you think the song sounds like. And Lynn is our leading advocate for Siuil, and she says it seems okay, so I'm going to go with this. I'm going to toss in a few more of those A minor 6. Then I will actually label them so you know what those are when they show up, and then we go at that. So have a wonderful day. And I will see all of you. I might actually see your lovely little faces in Zoom tomorrow if I am allowed to invite you to the Zoom. And otherwise, I will see you on Friday. And I will be posting some more sheets up there tonight and tomorrow morning. So you might want to check the website in the morning and just see what I got done. Okay? Let's see. Laurel's like, yeah, I learned how to play Simple Gifts. I like that song. Good to see you, Laurel. Ronnie, thanks. Have a blessed day as well. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't drink beer, green beer, and pick fights. Be nice. Sherry, you can drink green beer and pick fights. See you later. Jacqueline, we'll see you. All right, I'm gonna pull the plug, guys. Have a wonderful day. Dum. Dum 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 dum.